Hi friends, this is CC and welcome to Hobby Hands. In this vlog, we are going to continue to turn this into this. We're going to continue the build of the Academy 1/72nd scale F-15E. So let's continue the build. So first thing I do is check where we've assembled the aircraft. We're looking out for gaps. So what we do is we put some tape to cover the recessed panel lines. Those joint lines have gaps which need to be puttied. There's a big joint line here and a big joint line here as well. So we want the putty to go onto the gaps but not onto the recessed panel lines, and the masking tape is going to help us protect the panel lines from getting putty in there. Like that. Alright, let's put some putty. Alright, so before the putty dries, we're going to remove all the masking tape. This leaves us a very neat little line with just the areas that needs to be putty. Like that. So the gap is filled. So the next thing we're going to do is start to clean up all the putty areas. So we start with a 600 grit sander. So on the aircraft as well and the parts there, so there are quite a few areas that need to be sanded. The rest of the aircraft will also get a quick run with the sander. .600 grit sander again. And the next one is an 800 grit sander, 2000 grit, and finish with a 6000 grit sander. And I go do it for the rest of the aircraft. As you can see with the cockpit area, I painted those areas black, and I use the highlight pencil again to give a bit of highlight. You make the black areas more interesting and give that shadow and light effect again. I use a cotton bud to smear and just smooth out the coating. Next thing I do is attach the elevators for the aircraft. Done. Now next thing I'm going to do is put in heads-up display. It's a tiny bit and it's been painted in a clear green, and it's going to sit in the front of the cockpit. Be careful not to lose that little piece. Done. This bit is attaching the canopy frame that's been painted in black and again highlighted with a highlight pencil. These are the canopy pieces. Alright, time to attach the main canopy piece. Make sure not to get any glue onto the clear parts. Front windshield. Done. Right now the glue for the canopy has dried. It's time to mask the canopy and we are preparing for painting. Little toothpick to remove any air bubbles and a very sharp knife to cut the masking tape. Done. Alright, this step what we're doing is painting the frames of the canopy in the interior grey color. I'm also painting the missiles, and here I'm giving the white tips of the missiles a nice coat. I'm also painting the inside of the air intake. Alright, the next step I'm going to do is to coat the whole aircraft with a primer. This is to help me to see where there are imperfections on the surface, especially those areas where we have given it a coat of putty and then sanded it down. There might be little gaps or places where I might have missed. I'm now painting the yellow lines onto the missiles. And I'm coating the top of the aircraft now with primer. Once the primer on the bottom of the fuselage has dried, alright, here we go. So you can see what I want to try to do is to get a little stripe for the missile. What I'm doing here is masking that yellow part with a very thin strip of masking tape to create that yellow line. Like that. So pretty much all the weapons have been masked with the yellow line. This is the AIM 120. The white bits have been masked off and the yellow stripe has also been masked off. Right. So the aircraft has now been covered with a coat of grey primer, and we're just checking the aircraft find, oh, there's some little holes here, or some little gaps here still, and just going through with a bit more primer, with a bit more sanding and all that after this, until I'm comfortable that the gaps are all cleaned up. This time I'm using a wet sanding method. Okay, and I'm starting with an 800 grit, dip in a bit of water, 2000 grit, and then 6000 grit, all dipped in water. Done. Alright, so now we're going to continue the missiles. I've painted part of the missiles with brown now, and we're going to now cover it with thin masking tape again, so that we get a brown stripe. That's the bomb. Okay, this is the MRAM. I'm putting 2 brown lines per MRAM. So as you can see, the yellow stripe has been masked, and then the brown stripe has been masked. There's the M120 and there's a sidewinder. Alright, what I'm doing now is painting our weapons in the main body color, which is like a ghost gray. I'm painting the parts of the aircraft now near the exhaust, which is in a metallic silver color. So just doing that right now, after which I'll mask off that area. Right, now that the rest of the masking has been done, I'm giving the aircraft the final body color, which is a dark aircraft grey. Okay, I'm happy with the colors now, and I'm removing the masking for the silver areas. Done. I remove the masking for the white parts of the air intake. Happy with the work. So you can see this is the sidewinder, and now it's been nicely painted. This is the M120 MRAMs. I'm starting to remove the masking for the brown stripes, and then the yellow stripes, and then the top tip, white tip of the MRAM. I will paint the fins later. Okay, now we're done. We are actually giving the whole aircraft here a coat of gloss clear. This is the jet exhaust. I painted the jet exhaust in black, and then just use the dry brush or use a highlight pencil like this. So now we're going to put wash after we've coated everything with a gloss clear. This will help with the wash and also serves as a good surface for putting decals after this. So the white areas get a light grey wash, while the rest of the aircraft will get a black wash. Okay, now I'm going to clean up the wash with a cotton bud dipped in some thinner. Alright, done. The wash has been cleaned off. Now we're going to put the decals on. Okay, now the decals and wash have all been put on. We're giving the whole aircraft another coat of gloss clear. This will protect the decals. Once done, I'll give the whole aircraft a coat of flat clear, and all done. As you can see, the aircraft now has a very flat finish. Time for us to put the weapons together. And the launchers. Putting Sidewinder missiles on the launchers. So this is a sensor that I've actually built from another kit, which has got a moving front part like that. The sensor we came with this kit didn't have the moving part. We're going to do the fuel tank. The sensor. Right, time to attach the MRAMs. All the MRAMs are done. So now we're going to put the weapons pylons on. And we're going to put the engine exhaust on as well. Just make sure you align both exhaust parts in the same way. Done. So this part is we're now going to attach the bomb pylons. Done. And finally the tail fin. This is the vertical tail fin. Let's align it. It's done actually. Right, this is the final product. So just showing you that I've also painted in lights at the back, the wingtips. There's one green and one red, and then the front of the wing, there's a little red light. So now what we're going to do is the last step, which is to remove the masking tape on the canopy. We do this very slowly and very carefully so that we don't scratch the surface. Nice, it still remains very shiny. Fingers crossed we get the shiny canopy. There you go, see how shiny it still is. Done. There it is. And there we have it. That's the final aircraft. I'm very happy with the colors and the build. Build has been quite good, quite tricky in certain areas where the fitting of the top and bottom of the front fuselage didn't fit very well, and there was a bit of putty to be done. The engine intake was quite tricky, and there's some issues in the pylon, fitting the top and bottom pylons, and also in the top pylon being attached to the wing. All in all though, good model. My first F-15. This is a front view. A nice view of the rear showing the tail feathers. I quite like the exhaust, quite nicely done. Alright, there we go. I really hope you enjoyed that vlog. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a like. Thank you so much for watching.